Hi everybody, it's Diane here. As you read, we're making some more of those celebrity Twinchies just because I felt like it, no other reason than that. I would hope a lot of people know who that is. If you're older, I should stop saying that because it's sort of like, so if you admit you know who this person is, it means you're old. That's James Cagney. I know who he is. But I knew who he was when I was very young, so that doesn't count. So in case you've never seen these before, what I do is just kind of like little mixed media collages on these. Background stuff, usually some little accessory, something, a word, a phrase, and then maybe some paint, little, accent type paint. And then I varnish them, and don't worry, I don't show that. This is boring enough. And I print out their names and put it on the back. Because not everybody knows who these people are, like me. Well, that's not bad. I'm willing to bet you do not know who these women are unless you happen to be a Charlie Chaplin fan or a silent movie aficionado. The lady with the hair here is Minta Durfee. She was in a lot of Chaplin movies and a lot of Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle movies because she was married to Roscoe for a time. Yeah, that might be good for her. And okay, I know you can't probably put this in a comment. I would have to hear it. Her name is Minta, but her real name was Araminta. How do you pronounce that? I don't know. And I never heard anybody actually say it. Oh, that's an interesting color. Let's see. Why don't we? I know, we'll take it down here. I was going to say, I don't know about these tomatoes. We'll take the orange from down here. And the exact, did I already say this? Yeah, I did. If you're a Chaplin flan or fan, you'll know this lady. I think that's too short. Then you cut it short. Well, you know what? I could just paint the bottom black if I'm not going to add extra paper. This is Edna Purviance. She was in a lot of Chaplin shorts. That was mostly her career. Minta, she was in a lot of movies. She went on and was in some talkies, although usually very small roles. It's kind of interesting. All right, I have a little fan behind me. It's making a really weird noise. Okay. I stopped it. Okay, is this the theme for the day? That's twice now. I cut out 2 papers. It's 2 for 1 today. Okay. Now this guy, I'm sure you know who, you'll know his name. Whether you recognize him or not is another story. I pretty much guarantee you know his voice. Need more help? That's Boris Karloff. And in case you don't know, besides being Frankenstein, and a lot of other roles in films. He was the narrator in The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Well, that's kind of interesting and kind of creepy. Oh, he's also the mummy in that old 30s version of that. That's a good movie if you've never seen that. Okay, this is pretty good. We need words, which I know that's a big bore. Let's just see. We can't come across words and little accessories. And I know everybody wants to watch me read, right? Magic. I mean, he had makeup magic, right? And then one time I was in a blog thing where you had to make a tag every week and they had themes for every week. And one theme was Egypt. And I'm like, so I did the Mummy movie with him. Which actually, that turned out pretty darn cool. Sometimes I set that out for Halloween. That's kind of nice. Or maybe it should be over because it's cut. It's not bad, a little wide. Okay. Yeah, Edna has an interesting story. She was just, I've read secretary, I've also read stenographer, but just say an office worker. And she was sitting in either a restaurant or a cafe, depending on what you read. And either Charlie or one of his people, depending on what you read or see, just happened to notice her and thought she was really pretty. So she became a movie star. It happens every day. Wow, look at this building. Isn't that cool? Minta, she was an actress. She was in vaudeville. That's where she met Roscoe. All right. Well, we still don't have wordage. Drawing on your mind. Never mind my mind. Anybody know what that's from? It's Pillow Talk. My little secret. Well, wow, look at that. Book showed me the way of life. See, nowadays, you're thinking, well, that's not real, right? It's AI or CGI or something. It's not as fun, is it? All right, this is probably too weird, but let's look at this. I don't know what this is supposed to be back here, but that looks sort of Cleopatra-ish. Would that be weird to put with Boris? Probably, but um, it's not bad. I think I would get rid of this corner up here. Simply one of a kind. Well, that kind of fits him. How about one of a kind? Well, they're all one of a kind, but I think it goes with Mr. Karloff better. Okay. Cool girl. Well, I don't think that really fits them. Yeah, Minta played kind of a lot. She was usually just like the ingenue type, character. Minta, sometimes she played like an older married woman, and sometimes she played a younger woman. And what are we wearing? Actually, I don't think I've ever asked another one. Oh, that looks like, oh, it is. Alexander Calder. I was just going to say this. What are you wearing? I don't think I've ever asked that of another woman. Diane wears what she wants, and it's usually fine. That might be something. Okay. Actually, this doodad is kind of cool. You could cut that out and put it on one of the girls there. Oh, come on. Yeah. All right, we need an accessory for Minta and words for everybody. Well, 3 of them. Finest. That's kind of boring. I guess in a pinch. Actually looks kind of yucky. Oh, it's pistachio stuff. That's cool. Neat. Oh, there's an easy paper doll. Of course, you have to find the right size. I don't think so. No, I would not wear that. I would have to call somebody and say, are you wearing your green, furry, fringy soul thing? And whoever I'm talking to would say, are you kidding? Fabulous. Well, that's not bad for him. Did you ever see him dance? Pretty fabulous. Okay. Doesn't look like she eats enough. So you're gonna pass judgment on everything? Not everything. She revamped an old prison uniform, I think. Oh, you're so funny. I suppose it's a matter of opinion, right? Here's your ring for your zodiac sign. This is mine. I would never wear that. Sapphire. That is a pretty stone though, isn't it? How about charm for Edna? She had charm. Okay, Minta, your card is kind of lacking there. Well, this is the last magazine I have at my hand here. At hand, I should say. Little Wonder. If that was smaller, that wouldn't be too bad. She was not a tall person. I don't think she was little, but all right, folks, are we all getting bored? Are you all getting bored? I'm not bored. Okay, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna find a word for Ms. Durfee. I'll glue this stuff down and then we'll come back and paint, okay? Okay, hang on. Okay, well, I just painted, as you can see. And the camera wasn't filming. So I'm sorry you missed it. It was so thrilling. I spattered white on her. I did paint black on the edges. I spattered black on him. I made the film strip at an angle because you can line it up. You know, the picture was cut, so I wanted to cover that. But with the stripes in this rug, just one more line up. If you had done that, I feel, then you would have needed another little doodad thing over here or something. So I think that's fine. Boris has gold paint here, kind of around, and that might seem like an odd placement to some people, but I was thinking of dulling down this face in the back anyway, but with putting the word over there, then that throws that more in the background. Oh, I need to touch that up. Okay, and Minta, she has gold spatters and flowers and another window there. Okay, as I already said, I'm going to finish out the bags and varnish them, and you can see them all completed. Hang on. Okay, crew, all finished. They are varnished. Yeah, there we go. I was just going to say my glare doesn't cooperate. I don't believe that. James Cagney. So their names are on the back with a paper. And I do kind of pick a font to kind of go with the person. Boris Karloff. Edna Purviance. And Minta Durfee. Okay, that's it. Oh, I forgot to mention, this wound up not making it at all because only like a little bit was going to show. Just so you know. Okay, thanks everybody. I hope you have a nice day.